In the notoriously risk-averse sport of boxing, fights like Saturday's clash between young superstars Ryan Garcia and Gervonta "Tank" Davis are a rarity. To the credit of both men, they forced the issue to make the fight happen, overcoming significant hurdles involving the politics that normally derail such contests. The two are set to throw down on Saturday night in Las Vegas Live on Showtime PPV. The fight features Davis' tremendous technical skills and brutal knockout power being matched with Garcia's long reach and blistering hand speed. It's a massive risk for both men to face a bitter rival while still relatively early in their careers, but those risks can pay off in raising the profile of both men. All he talks about is that one punch. I only need one too. I touch that jaw and I'm telling you, you are going to sleep. I'll probably break your jaw, Davis said at the final press conference. We're here. Enough with the talking. I'm ready to get down and dirty. I'm from Baltimore City and you'll see how we turn it come Saturday. See y'all then. He's gonna feel me for sure. I am what I say I am. I'm that guy. I didn't get all the way here for no reason. I put the work in and I got those guys out of there. He's gonna see it come Saturday night for sure. And Davis and Garcia already hold status as among the most popular fighters in the sport, having cultivated followings through both in-ring performances and strong social media presences. The undercard in Las Vegas is loaded up with interesting matchups before we get to the main event. Secondary WBA super middleweight champion David Morrell is back in action when he takes on late replacement Yamaguchi Falco in the co-main event. Morrell is hoping to earn his shot at Canelo Alvarez in the undisputed crown at 168 pounds if he continues to win. Plus, a rematch is set for the main card when veteran Gabriel Rosado takes on Bektemir Melikuziev at super middleweight. Rosado scored one of the biggest upsets of 2021 when he shockingly stopped Melikuziev. Rosado was expected to face Gilberto Ramirez earlier this year, but that fight fell apart when Ramirez badly missed weight. With so much happening on Saturday night, let's take a closer look at the full fight card with the latest odds from Caesars Sportsbook before we get to our staff predictions and picks for the PPV portion of the festivities. Davis vs. Garcia fight card, odds. Odds via Caesars Sportsbook. Gervonta "Tank" Davis minus 240 vs. Ryan Garcia plus 20, super lightweight. David Morrell C minus 2000 vs. Yamaguchi Falco plus 1000, WBA, regular, super middleweight title. Bektemir Melikuziev minus 1400 vs. Gabriel Rosado plus 80, super middleweight. Elia Garcia minus 1400 vs. Kevin Zambrano plus 80, middleweight. With such a massive main event on tap, the crew at CBS Sports went ahead with predictions and picks for the main card. Here are your pick makers: Brent Brookhouse, combat sports writer; Brian Campbell, combat sports writer, co-host of Morning Combat; and Shaquille Majori, writer. Davis vs. Garcia picks, predictions. Campbell: Garcia's speed and length should give Davis enough pause early and allow King Ryan a chance to build an early lead by boxing. But few boxers today are better at patiently acquiring data than Davis before systematically breaking down their opponents late. While it's hard to tell exactly whether whispers of a suspect chin for Garcia are true, Davis is too accurate and powerful to not make him pay for any key mistakes late. Unless Garcia chooses to risk it all and go for an early knockout, a late stoppage for the more experienced and well-rounded Davis feels inevitable. Davis via KO 9. Brookhouse: Davis is a tremendous fighter and his power is nearly unrivaled on a pound-for-pound scale. He does find himself passive early in fights though, allowing men like Rolly Romero to take early rounds despite Davis being the better boxer in those bouts. Garcia is a better fighter than Romero, he's a better technician, he's a longer fighter and he has blistering speed. Yes, we can attribute Davis' history of slow starts to the old, downloading data cliché, but giving away rounds in a fight like this is a very dangerous game. Think Vasily Lomachenko vs. Teofimo Lopez. It is true that Garcia has shown defensive issues at times, however it is also true that the knockdown against Luke Campbell has been overblown into a narrative that Garcia has issues with his chin. Go back and watch that moment. Campbell cracked Garcia with his clean of a left hook as you can land, and Garcia was up before the referee had even started his count, immediately on steady legs and with clear eyes, and he was the first man throwing power shots once the fight resumed. It was a shocking moment, but not a moment where Garcia's chin was exposed. I expect this fight plays out with Garcia winning early rounds off the jab and left hook, both of which will also be utilized to Davis' body. That body work will have an effect as the fight wears on and will somewhat limit Davis' eventual explosions. Garcia may hit the canvas, but if he can manage to get back to his feet, I think he does enough to edge out a close decision, possibly with one judge seeing the fight for Davis. Garcia via split decision. Marjorie, pay close attention as the fight approaches the midway point. Round 6 is the ballpark for when Davis will begin to take firm control. Garcia has enough tools to make the first half of the fight very competitive: length, speed and power that is underappreciated when measured against a fighter of Davis' caliber. Tank is often slow to get rolling and Garcia can rack up rounds, leaning on his size advantage.